The role of document encryption in your accounting firm. You handle highly sensitive client data such as social security numbers and bank details every day. That makes your accounting practice a prime target for cyber threats. But beyond protecting against bad actors, you have another major responsibility: staying compliant with IRS regulations and federal data protection laws. One of the most powerful tools you can use to meet those obligations is document encryption. Understanding the compliance mandates. The IRS's publication 4557, Safeguarding Taxpayer Data, clearly outlines that tax professionals must use encryption to protect information both in storage and in transit. You need to encrypt client tax returns before emailing them. Sensitive financial documents also require encryption, whether you store them locally or in the cloud. The goal is to ensure that even if files are intercepted or accessed without authorization, they remain unreadable to anyone without the decryption key. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, GLBA, also requires financial institutions to implement safeguards protecting customer information. Encryption is a core component of meeting these requirements and fulfills your legal and professional responsibility to protect client data. Why encryption matters in daily operations. You may think compliance is something that only applies during audits or investigations. But in reality, encryption affects your day-to-day operations. Every time you upload a tax file, send a document to a client, or store records on your system, there's a question of whether that data is secure. If you're relying on unencrypted email attachments or open access file sharing, you're putting the integrity of your firm at risk. Encrypting document storage makes sure only authorized individuals can access the information. And if a breach ever occurs, it can help limit the damage and reduce potential regulatory penalties. An encrypted document management system for accountants makes it easy to implement these protections. Many systems offer automatic encryption features that run in the background, protecting your files without requiring any manual input. Building client trust through security. Clients may not ask you directly about encryption, but they are paying attention to how you handle their information. If they're hesitant to send documents via email, that's a sign they care deeply about privacy. By using encrypted file sharing and secure client portals, you send a defiant message. You take their privacy seriously. Such practices show that your firm is mature in its approach to cybersecurity and isn't cutting corners when it comes to clients' financial well-being. The role of encryption in remote work. If your team works remotely, even part of the time, the need for encryption becomes even more pressing. Data that travels between home networks and firm servers, or between mobile devices and cloud platforms, is especially vulnerable if left unprotected. Encryption creates a secured tunnel for that data. Whether you're accessing files from your laptop at home or sending a completed return to a client via your mobile device, encryption ensures the content remains safe. This protects not only your clients but also your firm's ability to scale securely in a digital-first world. Integrating encryption without friction. You might worry that adding encryption will slow down workflows or create friction for your staff or clients. But today's best systems remove that burden. Secure client portals, for example, allow clients to upload and download documents through encrypted channels without ever touching email. Staff can assign permissions based on user roles, so each person sees only the files they need. These tools also include built-in audit trails, logging who accessed what and when. This is essential for both internal accountability and external compliance. If the IRS ever asks how you protected a specific file, or who last viewed it, you'll have that answer. In fact, encryption often streamlines your workflow. Instead of chasing down files or worrying about misdirected emails, you can rely on a secure system that handles the heavy lifting while keeping your data protected. 3 ways to ensure strong encryption in your firm. To make encryption a seamless part of your operations. 1. Use accounting document management software that includes automatic encryption for stored files and in-transit data. Look for one that allows role-based permissions. 2. Replace email attachments with secure document portals, so clients have a secure channel for sharing sensitive files. 3. Maintain audit logs that track who accesses or changes documents, so you can demonstrate compliance and troubleshoot security issues. Encryption as a standard, not a feature. Too often, encryption is treated as a nice-to-have or a premium add-on. But if you're handling taxpayer data, it's a baseline requirement. The IRS expects it, federal laws mandate it, and clients assume you're already doing it. By making encryption a standard part of your document workflows, you strengthen every part of your practice. It's no longer a matter of if you should implement encryption, but how quickly you can make it the default.